Toto, let me tell you a secret, okay? Do you realize these past 2 episodes, or the entirety of Gundam from what we've seen from this series so far, Mika will not deal with bullshit. He will kill you mid-sentence. He won't even let you have your final monologue before you die and croak from natural causes. He'll shoot your ass. So, Toto, you're going down the wrong path. This dude, in this episode, trying to start shit, like, oh, you don't know the terror of adults. I'm thinking, like, you're gonna fuck up things, you're probably gonna kill some characters, but Mika's gonna put a cap in your ass. He's gonna die. I can already see this dude, he's gonna fucking die very soon. Just his actions, he signed his death warrant in this episode. Okay, so, Gundam. What can I say? Another great episode of this series. But to dive into it, a lot of exposition and world building with this episode that gave us more information about how Earth works, the different governments, parties, and how politics work in this world. So I love this episode for giving us the information we need, because this information is probably going to be very vital later on down the road, because when we finally get to Earth, we'll be able to know what is going on. Mika in this episode, once again, shows 2 sides of himself. He shows a soft and kind side. And then he shows the hard, badass side that is dark and will get shit done. Mika is the type of character you would want on your squad. Definitely. If he cares for you, he's the type of person you would want on your squad guarding your back. What he displayed in this episode is unnatural and eerie. But he is the type of person that will get shit done. He's not the person to play around. He will get the shit done if he needs to get the shit done. But which might lead into some problems in the future because he might lack some form of humanity with his darker side. But for now, though, looking past that, the softer side of Mika we get to see in this episode was a nice change of pace from what we have seen from these recent episodes. We get to see how he reacts out in the normal environment. For instance, when you have the corn picking, and when you see the little sisters with him and all that, and he's just having a fun time, just taking in the atmosphere of the farm, and then, talking to the princess. I mean, it was a really nice scene, the atmosphere was great, and you got to showcase, this happy time. And I feel like this is probably going to be one of the very few happy times we're going to get in this series, because when things probably start picking up in the future, when the plot starts going and we're starting to travel to Earth and probably characters might start dying, I feel like this is going to be one of our only few happy times in the series. Mika straight up talks to the princess and is like, hey, but this is what's going on with the world, this is how the governments are, this is how this world works, this is how it is, we gotta deal with it, and let's move on. I really like how Mika wasn't very condescending to the princess while revealing this information with the info dump and exposition about how the world works. And it's really cool just seeing how he's the one telling the princess and how he is the one giving all the information she needs. Because I've seen a couple of mechs in the past, certain mech series, and to see how Mika is the one actually doing this to the princess instead of, like, the princess that's high class and knows a lot, and then you have this, main character that gets a robot out of nowhere and doesn't really know how to use it. It's a really nice experience seeing a different type of character getting their information in a different way that doesn't feel condescending. And I gotta love this episode for just doing that and emphasizing how Mika wasn't trying to look down on the princess for not knowing how the world works. Now, to the side of when the sisters get hit, or almost get hit, Mika, the way he reacts is scary. This dude, this adult male, taller than me, which I'm not that tall to begin with, but still, this adult male, he gets out of the vehicle after the kid's 2 sisters almost got hit. Mika charges this dude, grabs him by the throat, and picks him up a little bit. That is scary. You want to know why that's scary? Mika, he has the body of a child, and so him doing what he did to an adult male like that is scary as fuck. It just goes to show you how trained he is, how battle-worn he is, but also how strong he is. And to be able to do that to an adult male and manhandle an adult male like that, even though he caught this adult male off guard, it's not the point. He caught a male off guard and then proceeded to still hold his grip to where he couldn't do anything about it. That's scary. So Mika's darker side, the way he just snapped and then started strangling this dude, I feel like this is going to be a huge plot point for his character in the future. This is probably going to be something really big to his progression and plot in the future of the series. Because, like I said earlier, Mika is showing this type of side. He is the type of person you want on your side on the battlefield. But also, sometimes you might think he might lack some form of humanity given this situation. And is it because he just turns himself off while he's in the battlefield? Like, does he just flip that switch and he's like, I don't care anymore, let's just kill all these people, let's get the job done? Is he that type of person where he just flips that switch and he doesn't care? Because I'm starting to believe he is that type of person. I mean, being able to do what he did in last week's episode, killing that poor old man, and then doing what he did in this episode, there's key signs that there's something else going on here. So besides that, however, we kind of find out also how the sisters make their money, or how this farm makes its money. They sell the corn for biofuel. They don't actually even sell this corn to eat most of the time, which goes to show you how the living environment really is, and how poor of conditions it is, because if they're selling corn that cheap, and they're barely making money off of it, and they're having to live off the income of their older brother, that just goes to show you how bad times really are in this verse. So there's a lot of poverty, there's people that are poor, sick, and hungry. Most likely the way it's going, our character's going to try to change all of that. So yeah, I mean, this episode of Gundam was pretty damn good. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and how do you feel about Toto setting up all this shit that's probably going to sign his own death warrant? Let me know in the comments below. You all have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.